Hey guys, a lot of you have been asking me for this one, and it's the forehand takeback. How can I optimize it? What am I doing wrong? We're gonna go over each step and the simplest way that I like to teach the forehand takeback in the preparation to make sure that we avoid technical issues after going towards contact, and we make sure that we hit the ball clean and we can generate enough power. There's many ways we can make the forehand really complicated, so we want to avoid focusing on too many stuff. That's why I like to teach it with two steps. This is for the takeback. So the first step I want to talk about is first when we turn this position right here, when we are taking that racket back. So split and take it back. This is one of the most important checkpoints in tennis, and whether you do it a little bit higher, a little bit lower, a little bit more here, that is not going to affect the swing as long as we do have a slightly bent arm. So this is the first checkpoint that I want to make sure you guys are having. I'm here and I'm here. I'm having an L. Notice if I have this L here, which is the coil of the shot, then I'm good. Whether I have my racket a little bit more here, that's fine. As long as I have a little bit of elbow space right here and I'm not here, I'm good. I can put it a little bit lower, put it a little bit higher. I can turn the racket a little bit. I can turn the racket towards the fence. That's all good stuff. As long as we have the L in our checkpoint, we'll be good to go. Okay, so that is very important because I see a lot of the players sometimes from the center right here take the racket a little bit too straight, thinking that somehow this way they're going to create more space, and that's actually the opposite. Because what happens is when we take the racket straight back here, it's really difficult to hit the ball like this. It's physically impossible to go out straight and then to go out to contact straight. No, we're not going to have any strength, no momentum, nothing to go from. It's like when we punch, right? We're not going to punch like this or anywhere. We have to bend the arm, and then from this position we're going to go into the stretch position. So it's the same here with our forehand. We want to be in this L. We don't want to be, this cannot be our first checkpoint. Okay, so when we take it back, we do want to focus on having the strings a little bit closer this way, and that's going to help already make your L. If we take it really far away from our head, then that's when it's going to back too straight. And guess what's going to happen after we do this? We're going to generate power, we're going to end up pulling in and hitting the ball here, and that may be why you get jammed, and that just may be why you're not hitting clean enough, because we wanted to do the other way. From here, checkpoint 1, 2, out. So from the L, from the coil, checkpoint 1, 2, out. So that will be how we're going to generate enough power on the forehand. So now I like to focus on the second checkpoint as well. Now that we have our first checkpoint, and you make sure that you're every time turning and getting this L. One more thing, just a reminder that we do want to have this left arm here on the throat of the racket, right here, relax. We don't want to be catching it or taking it back here. We do want to have it relaxed. But when we are in this position now, and we have the racket here, you can separate a little bit if you like. Here it's okay too. If you want to take it more back with the left arm, that's good. If you want to separate it around here, that's good too. But we just don't want to take it alone. That's the main thing. Now, after checkpoint 1, then what I like to focus on is the second checkpoint. It's really important because a lot of problems then can happen from here. A lot of players sometimes may end up hitting the ball a little bit like this. They may end up, just dropping the wrong way. The drop is really important. So 1, and then we drop this way. 2, right here. We're not going to go drop like this. That is the really important part because we're not going to get any power from here. Okay, we don't want to drop like that. We want to drop this way. So notice the tip is a little bit up still when I'm dropping. See, and then what's going to happen after this position is that I'm going to pull my hips, my racket is going to get under, and I'm going to be able to clear the shot and get this contact that I want. If I'm already like this, I'm not going to be able to use my hips as effectively, and also I'm just going to kind of end up over brushing the ball, not getting enough power at all. And you may be able to brush it a bit, but it's just not going to be that consistent either. You're not from this position here, you're not going to be able to also stretch out to the ball. You're going to just end up hitting all the balls around this area. So 1, 2. This is the drop. Notice how here, once I'm doing this, my arm is going away from my L. Now I'm going away, and at the same time almost I am pulling my hips and I am finding that contact. So 1, 2. Okay, that is the feel. So that is the simplest way you can focus on it, and that's how I like to coach my students, to make it a simple, just 1, 2, and I remind them 1, 2 every time before the ball comes. Now the key part also here is, when do I get into the 1? When do I drop on the 2? When? So we're here, 1, 2, and right here, right? So when the ball crosses the net, when you see it crossing the net, you already know where it's going, right? Because crossing the net, ball is flying. I already need to be on my 1, moving my feet. This doesn't happen alone. You got to be split, moving the feet. I'm on my 1 early, okay? And then when that ball is bouncing, the key here is that you need to be on the way forward with your racket. So a lot of people, when they're here, ball ends up bouncing, and it's bouncing already, and they're still going back with the racket while the ball is getting closer, and they end up hitting here. The timing is, I'm here, and when that ball's bouncing, starts to bounce, I'm already on my 2, on the way to the ball. So it's bouncing, I see it, and I'm already going. Okay, again, that is key, because you may be doing your checkpoints really good, maybe when you're doing it on yourself, hand feet right here, perfect, everything looks good, then the hand feet look good, but then when you rally or when you do from the other side, you're not in the right position. That may be timing, the timing. Okay, so just make sure right here, cross the net, ball's bouncing. When it's bouncing, I'm already on the way forward. Now, if you have obviously a ball that's a little bit slower and higher, that you can wait a little bit more, you're gonna have to wait. So it's higher, then I can wait here and then take my time a little bit more. But normally when you're in a rally position, when you're rallying and that ball just keeps coming at a decent pace, you want to be across the net, bouncing, and you already have that feeling. Okay, so that's what we want to always strive for, having the feeling of everything. And once you start feeling the timing, the contact in front, you're going to see such a big difference. But please focus on the 1 and 2. That's something that you can practice on your own, even with the ball machine, and then transfer into with a hitting partner, and then hopefully as you feel it, transfer into the matches. But we do want to make sure we are in these 2 power positions, because if we don't get into those 2, no matter what happens with everything else, you're not gonna get it just right. Okay, so really key. And then the other things will start to also fall into place when we have the 1 and 2. Of course, there are other things that can go wrong after that as well, but this will be a great start, those 2 checkpoints. All right, guys, hope that was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions, please. I love to answer questions and help you guys out. Check out my app if you want really detailed step-by-step guidance. I have mini courses there of all the exercises and drills that I like to do to fix all of these technical mistakes. If you like this video, please don't forget to like it and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon.